Forget skyscrapers and subways. This story takes us back to a time when the world was raw, untamed, and brimming with possibilities. Imagine a time when the only traffic jams were caused by herds of giant kangaroos, and the air was filled with the sounds of nature, uninterrupted by human-made noise. We're talking about 50,000 years ago, a time when the first humans, adventurous souls from Southeast Asia, braved the unknown and set foot in what we now call Papua New Guinea. These were not just wanderers, they were pioneers, driven by curiosity and survival. These intrepid explorers likely used simple boats, navigating the vast and unpredictable Pacific Ocean. No GPS, no maps, just the stars, the waves, and their instincts to guide them. Their arrival marked the beginning of a human story as captivating as any you'll find in history. These early settlers weren't just passing through, they were here to stay. They built homes, formed communities, and began to shape the land around them. They adapted to the island's diverse environments, from the steamy, dense jungles teeming with life, to the rugged highlands that tested their endurance and ingenuity. Over time, they developed unique tools, crafted with precision and purpose, to help them survive and thrive in this challenging environment. They also created languages and customs, weaving a rich tapestry of culture that would be passed down through generations. These traditions laid the foundation for the incredible cultural diversity that Papua New Guinea is celebrated for today, a mosaic of tribes, each with its own identity and story. Think of it as the ultimate social experiment minus the lab coats and clipboards. A living, breathing testament to human adaptability and creativity. Life, however, wasn't all coconut cocktails and hammock swinging. The island was as dangerous as it was beautiful. These early Papua New Guineans faced fierce predators, unpredictable weather, and even volcanic eruptions that could reshape the land in an instant. But they persevered, their resilience echoing through the millennia. They hunted, fished, and cultivated the land, turning challenges into opportunities. These were the pioneers, the trailblazers, the original hipsters of Papua New Guinea, forging a path for generations to come. Their legacy is etched into the very fabric of this land, a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity. Fast forward a few thousand years, or a few million, we're not picky, to the last ice age, a time when the Earth was a very different place. Vast ice sheets covered much of the planet, and sea levels were significantly lower than they are today. This dramatic shift in the Earth's climate reshaped continents and created new opportunities for life to spread and evolve. Back then, Papua New Guinea wasn't an island paradise but part of a much larger landmass called Sahul, which included present-day Australia. This massive landmass was a unique ecosystem, teeming with life and offering a bridge between regions that are now separated by vast oceans. Think of it as the original Pangaea, but with more kangaroos, fewer dinosaurs, and a lot more marsupials. Sahul was a land of megafauna, with giant wombats, towering kangaroos, and other fascinating creatures that roamed its plains. This land bridge wasn't just a geographical feature, it was a lifeline. It allowed for the movement of people, plants, and animals between the two regions, creating a shared heritage that's still evident today. Early humans used this connection to migrate, bringing with them their cultures, traditions, and survival skills. One of the most enduring legacies of this connection is the incredible linguistic diversity found in both countries. Language is more than just a means of communication, it's a repository of history, culture, and identity. Imagine trying to learn a new language and then multiply that by 1,000. Each language represents a unique worldview, a distinct way of understanding and interacting with the world. Papua New Guinea is home to over 800 languages, making it the most linguistically diverse country on Earth. This diversity is a living testament to the region's rich history of human settlement and interaction. That's more languages than there are Starbucks in Seattle. And each of these languages carries stories, traditions, and knowledge passed down through generations. This linguistic tapestry is a testament to the long and complex history of human migration and interaction in the region. It's a mosaic of voices that tells the story of resilience, adaptation, and creativity. But the connection goes beyond just words. It's also about shared traditions, art, and a deep respect for the land that sustains life. The cultural practices, artistic traditions, and even the DNA of Papua New Guineans and Aboriginal Australians reveal a shared ancestry that stretches back millennia. These connections remind us of the deep bonds that unite humanity. It's a reminder that even though continents drift and oceans rise, the threads of human connection can weave a tapestry that transcends time and distance. These connections are a testament to the enduring spirit of exploration, adaptation, and unity that defines us as a species. Cue the dramatic music and the billowing sails, as we set the stage for a story that would change the course of history. The sight of European ships cutting through the waves, their sails full of ambition and curiosity, marked the beginning of a new era for Papua New Guinea. It was like a scene from a historical drama, but with fewer powdered wigs and more raw exploration. European explorers, driven by the promise of uncharted lands and untold riches, stumbled upon the shores of Papua New Guinea in the 16th century, a place that seemed to them both exotic and untamed. The Portuguese were the first to arrive, their ships navigating the vast oceans with a mix of skill and daring. They were soon followed by the Spanish, who brought with them their own ambitions of conquest and conversion, and then the Dutch, who sought to expand their trading empire. These early explorers were captivated by the island's lush, almost otherworldly beauty. The dense jungles teeming with life, and the vibrant diversity of its people presented a stark contrast to the world they had left behind. But their arrival was not just a meeting of worlds, it was the beginning of a complex and often tumultuous chapter in Papua New Guinea's history. The indigenous people observing these strange vessels from the shoreline could not have foreseen the profound changes that were about to unfold. As the years passed, more explorers arrived, bringing with them missionaries eager to spread their faith, traders seeking profit, and eventually colonial powers with grand designs of domination and control. Germany and Britain, two of the era's most prominent colonial powers, saw an opportunity to expand their empires. With little regard for the island's existing cultural and tribal boundaries, they divided Papua New Guinea like a birthday cake, each taking a slice for themselves. Germany claimed the northern part of the island, establishing settlements and infrastructure to assert their control, while Britain took the south, implementing their own systems of governance and trade. This arbitrary division, drawn with rulers and pens in faraway offices, ignored the intricate cultural and tribal networks that had existed for centuries. The consequences of these decisions would ripple through the island's history, creating tensions that persist to this day. Colonial rule brought sweeping changes to Papua New Guinea. Some of these changes were seen as progress. New systems of governance, infrastructure, and education began to take root. Western technologies and medicines were introduced, offering solutions to challenges that had long plagued the local population. Roads, schools, and hospitals began to appear, symbols of a modernizing world. But this progress came at a cost. The island's rich natural resources were exploited, often with little benefit to the local communities. Logging, mining, and plantations transformed the landscape, prioritizing profit over preservation. Local cultures, with their deep traditions and unique identities, were suppressed under the weight of colonial influence. Indigenous practices were often dismissed or actively discouraged, replaced by foreign customs and beliefs. Perhaps most devastating of all was the introduction of diseases. With no immunity to these foreign illnesses, the indigenous population suffered catastrophic losses, forever altering the demographic makeup of the island. It was a time of stark contrasts, of progress and pain, of opportunity and oppression. The resilience of the Papua New Guinean people, however, shone through even in the darkest times. This chapter in Papua New Guinea's history is a familiar story in the annals of colonialism, a story of ambition, exploitation, and resilience, whose echoes can still be felt today. As colonial powers asserted their dominance, another group of Europeans arrived on the scene: Christian missionaries. Armed with Bibles and a fervent desire to save souls, they ventured into the heart of Papua New Guinea, spreading the gospel and establishing missions. Imagine trying to explain the concept of heaven to someone who believes their ancestors live in the trees. It was a clash of cultures, to say the least. The arrival of Christianity had a profound impact on Papua New Guinean society. It introduced new beliefs, values, and practices, often challenging traditional ways of life. While some embraced Christianity wholeheartedly, others resisted, clinging to their ancestral beliefs. This clash of faiths led to both conflict and syncretism, a blending of old and new beliefs that continues to shape religious practices in the country today. Despite the challenges and controversies, Christianity spread rapidly throughout Papua New Guinea, becoming the dominant religion in the country. Today, churches dot the landscape, from the bustling cities to the remote villages, a testament to the enduring legacy of the missionaries and the evolving religious tapestry of the nation.